Certainly a bumpy road ahead for Samsung. For more on the company's current challenges and how it can recover, let's bring in Eric Schiffer. He's a tech entrepreneur and CEO of the Patriarch Organization. Eric, good to see you.
Good to see you. Hi, Michelle.
So, Eric, Samsung is now killing the Galaxy Note 7. The company will no longer produce or market the smartphones. Is this the right move?
Well, look, I've been calling for this for some time now. I've done a host of interviews, and I've said that unless they do something, unless they really shut it down, they are risking the history, the entire brand itself. And what they chose to do, I think, is to hear the call from many who said that they really need to do the tough move, and they amputated the arm of the company, which is to cut off the Note 7 to save the body. And it was a smart move, a tough move, but a smart move.
Well, let's get a little bit back to the cause here. In its drive to extend battery life, Samsung may have overextended itself on the technology. Do we have any idea where the Note 7's problems began?
Look, I think ultimately this is an engineering issue. I don't know that anyone particularly knows everything because there's a lot of history behind this. But what really matters, I think, from a brand perspective, is that they accept responsibility. I think they're beginning to do that. We still haven't seen anything from the CEO. I mean, the CEO should really be out in front on this, and they really haven't been. The CEO hasn't been. So I think that in time you're going to learn the full history. Right now we just don't know. Consumers don't know. I don't think anyone really necessarily in Samsung has a full grasp of this. Otherwise, they would have fixed it. So, but the good thing is they're doing something about it now.
But you know, Eric, Samsung makes so much more than just phones. It's got TVs, it's got panels, it's got semiconductors. How much damage is done to the brand at large with this phone scandal?
I think right now, Michelle, not a lot. I think that there's a bit of a haunt from this, but I think because they are now acting firmly, they're really saying enough that I think they're going to be able to stem it off the damage. They still have issues, though, with the washing machines lighting up on fire. So there seems to be a pattern here to some extent. I don't think that that's as well known in the media. But I think overall, the brand, which is a great brand, I mean, they have built, especially over the last 5 years, a real technology prowess for themselves through largely their smartphones and other technology. It's going to survive. This will be looked at in the big picture as just a speed bump. And I would imagine that their next rev, the next product that they come out with, will be pretty incredible because I don't think there's going to ever be a phone that will be more examined by more security people than the next version that's going to come out. So it will be very safe, I'm sure.
That's a good point. Well, that's a good point. It is also the largest phone maker in the world, as you know. Personally, I have a Samsung 5. This would not deter me from buying another Samsung phone. But do you think that this is going to have some contamination effect to whatever next they bring forward? And what can they do to make sure that it doesn't?
Yeah, I think it will in the beginning stages. I think with the next version that they come out with, until consumers read about it. I mean, I think even yourself, you may be a little hesitant until you know it's safe. But I think once you learn about the reviews and see that it is safe, I'm sure that you would continue to be a loyal brand buyer. And I think that there will be millions of consumers around the world that'll do the same, especially in the way that they're going to approach this, because they'll largely bring in top security experts, top engineers, people from the community that'll all bless this phone and say it's absolutely safe.
Well, Eric, part of the brand loyalty has to do with the Android operating system for many. So who is poised to benefit most from this? Is it Google that very opportunistically just came out with its Pixel phone? Is that the biggest beneficiary?
I think Google benefits. I think Apple, you could argue, benefits from a market share perspective short term. But the smartphone race is really much longer term. I mean, this is 5-10 years of different, versions of phones that will come out. So yeah, they're going to slow down a little bit. They're going to take a big hit to earnings short term. But the big picture for Samsung, it will still do very well. And frankly, they should be applauded. They made a really tough decision. to really turn away a lot of money in lieu of the customer relationship, the relationship with people like you who value them. And now they've sent a message, which is, we care about the relationship with you. We want to continue it. We're going to do the right thing.
Well, Eric, this is certainly not the end of Samsung's troubles. As you know, they've been in court with the design patent case that it lost against Apple. The court's struggling to decide whether a company needs to pay all its profits on products that infringe someone else's patented design, or whether the damages should be limited just to the profits attributable to the design of the device, which of course is very hard to determine. So what are your thoughts on this whole case?
I think that, again, speed bump, I don't think it has much of a material impact on the company in the big picture. I mean, a lot of these companies will encroach upon different patents at different times. This is frankly, I think, a small matter. In the big picture, it's not going to really slow them down. I don't think it's going to create that much in the way of problems either direction. And frankly, I think it's a minor issue.
All right. Well, it could have a very big bill attached to it. Thank you so much, Eric Schiffer, tech entrepreneur and CEO of the Patriarch Organization. Good to see you.